Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of Essence and Catrice makeup. So I've been planning this for a few weeks, accumulating things so I had enough stuff. I had to order some stuff, I got some stuff in store, and I figured we would do Essence and Catrice together because they're actually sister brands. So I'm really excited about this. Most of this stuff I have never tried, so this should be a fun video. If you are new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and get started with the video. All right, the first thing we are going to be trying today is the Essence Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. So this is supposedly a dupe for the Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops. So I'm excited to try it. I actually did buy the dewdrops. I don't know if I ever showed it in a video, but I did buy them because I wanted to be able to compare the two. So I have tried them, so I'm curious to see how these compare. This is what it looks like. The consistency definitely feels like the dewdrops. Definitely smells like the dewdrops. And I was looking at the ingredients, and the ingredients look to be pretty similar. The Essence has niacinamide, like the Glow Recipe does, and then I believe the Essence one had glycerin in it as well, which I think the Glow Recipe dewdrops do also. I'm just gonna put this all over as our primer. So here is my skin after that glow serum. Definitely very, very similar looking. I want to say the Glow Recipe is a bit dewier though, just based on looking at it this first time. This one definitely gives a glow, but I feel like the Glow Recipe is maybe a little bit glowier. And I do feel like this Essence one is a little more fragrant. They both smell like watermelon, obviously, but this one I feel like is just a tad bit stronger than the Glow Recipe, but overall they're pretty similar. I'm curious, I've worn the dewdrops under foundations just on my own time testing them out, and they do look really pretty under foundation typically. So I'm curious to see how foundation looks over this. I am gonna go ahead and do a little bit of color corrector under my eyes. I do not have one from Catrice or Essence. I don't think they make a color corrector. I didn't see it if they do, so I'm gonna do that quickly off camera and then we'll move on to foundation. For foundation, we're gonna use the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So this is the one I believe about a year ago Tati reviewed, and it was sold out for the longest time. And I wanted to try it back then, I just never got around to it. So I have the shade 15 Warm Vanilla. So it looks like this. I had to order this, so I couldn't see any of the colors in person. So hopefully this is okay. It's a pretty liquidy formula. I thought about getting the Essence, what is it called? Pretty Natural foundation, but I was just more curious about this one. So I decided to go with the Catrice. So I'm gonna start with that. I still have some left on the back of my hand. And I'll start blending this in. I'm gonna bring some down my neck too, because I do have this sweater that's kind of open. Okay, looks like a pretty good color match for me so far. Really great coverage too. It has a little bit of a smell, but it's very, very light, so it's not heavily fragranced, which I really appreciate. Ooh, this is pretty. I do think this formula seems to dry pretty fast. Just FYI, I feel like you kind of have to blend quickly because I feel like it's definitely starting to dry like up here on my forehead since I'm blending this out last. So what was remaining on my hand is pretty much dry now, so it does definitely dry kind of quickly, so just keep that in mind. But I just kind of got what was left on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna add this on top. Oh wow, you guys, wow. Wow, this is really pretty. Really, really pretty. And there's no pilling or anything weird happening. It doesn't look to be emphasizing any of my pores, like right in this area. It looks to me like a pretty natural finish, but I can still see a little bit of that glow, which I'm guessing is from that primer underneath. But wow, very, very good coverage. This was not even one full pump. This was like 3/4 of a pump, I would say. I mean, this is a pretty, it's not full coverage, but it's pretty close to full coverage. And that was not even a whole pump. So we're off to a good start. Let me know if you've tried this. Let's see, it says it's a hydrating foundation, which I would agree with. Has hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be long wearing. Okay, it says it has a natural matte finish and it's a medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling. So to me, I wouldn't really call this matte right now, but it could be that primer underneath, so I don't know. But so far so good. For concealer, I also got the True Skin Serum Concealer, and I got 2 of them because I couldn't decide online. I really do not like ordering concealers online and not being able to see them, but you can't buy Catrice in store anymore. You used to be able to buy it at Ulta in store, but now you can't. So I ordered 2 shades. I ordered one that's more of a pinky tone because I've really been liking that under my eyes lately. So that is shade Cool Rose. Looks like that. And then I also got the warm vanilla shade in the concealer as well, which is the same shade I have in the foundation. And I'm glad I got 2 now that I'm looking at these, because one is very pink and one is very yellow. So this is Cool Rose and that's warm vanilla. So warm vanilla, I probably won't use a ton under my eyes. I tend to like something more neutral and lately more cool toned for under the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with Cool Rose number 18. And again, this gets really great reviews, so I'm very, very excited to try it. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time just in case this dries really quick like the foundation. And I'm gonna use a BK Beauty 110 brush. This is their new large concealer brush. Ooh, okay, I'm thinking, wow. I already feel like I'm gonna like this. So I did apply corrector underneath. Like I said earlier, I have a little bit of the Neutrogena color corrector in peach on underneath. So this eye has the concealer. Wow, you guys, I'm really glad I went. Wow, that looks beautiful. Holy moly. That is very pretty, you guys. Wow. Great coverage. Okay, let's do the other eye. It definitely spreads quite a bit, so could honestly probably get away with even less than this. Yeah, I'm really glad that I went with a more pinky tone for under the eyes. Ever since I tried that NARS concealer in Toffee, which is more of a cool tone, I've been obsessed with like a pinky toned concealer. So I'm really excited I bought this shade. So there it is, you guys. Obviously, I just applied it, so I haven't put any powder on, but right now it looks very, very good. very high coverage. I would call this a natural finish so far. We'll see if it kind of dries down to more matte. Let me see, does it say on here? High coverage, moisturizing, concealer, soft matte finish. So it says soft matte as well, like the foundation does. So I'm gonna let my under eyes kind of sit for a minute, but wow. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the warm vanilla color, which is the same as the foundation. And really the only place I feel like I need a little more coverage is like right there. And then I have this weird like little rash thing up here. I'm not really sure what it is, but honestly, I don't need a ton of coverage, a ton of more coverage. So I'm just gonna tap that in. And I got this mainly because I knew I typically don't like something this warm for under my eyes, but I thought it would be a good spot concealer if I needed that, since it's the same color as the foundation. Next, the only powder that I got was this one. This is the Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. Now, I know they make regular powders. I just wanted to try this one, which is why I got it. So I'm not going to apply it obviously like a powder foundation because we don't need that kind of coverage with this foundation and concealer. So what I'm going to do is just try to apply a very, very, very light layer of this with a big fluffy brush. So I have this shade Bright Beige. I'm gonna get some on the brush and then almost kind of swirl it around in the cap just because I want a very light coat. And then I am just going to lightly tap this on. I will try this in a bunch of different ways, including like as an actual foundation, but since we're trying this foundation today, I want to just use a really light amount of this. And I'm just kind of tapping so we don't move anything around. And I think I'm going to skip setting the under eyes. I'm not sure we need it. I'm not sure that we need to set them, so I'm going to leave it for now. And that was the Morphe 821 brush. This base looks so good. So good. Wow, I am so excited. I think this has gotten pretty good reviews. I don't know. I'll have to try it more. Like this looks really good. It looks natural. I don't look like I have a lot of powder on, which is nice. So far, so good, you guys. So far, so good. Next, what I got for bronzer is this from Essence. This is the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette. So in here you get 4 shades of bronzer. 2 of them are going to be way too dark for me, but I figured I could use them as eyeshadow. And I was looking at the reviews, and this palette gets really great reviews online. So I want to use this today. So I'm going to go into the lightest color, which is here. Okay, I think I'm going to use this double-ended brush from Makeup by Mario. I'm going to use the larger side and just start kind of lightly tapping this on. Okay, that's pretty light, but the color is pretty. Let's go in with a little bit more. It's pretty. It applied really nicely. I get nervous with more like matte bronzers like this because I don't always go for a matte bronzer. I typically go for something with a little bit of sheen to it. But this one is blending out really, really beautifully. Do you have really fair skin? Like more fair than me? I feel like this color would work for you. It's definitely not like intense pigment. So if you want like a super pigmented bronzer, this color at least isn't. I don't know about the rest of them. This looks pretty good, you guys. Pretty good. I'm gonna take some on my nose also. And then I'm gonna bring some down my neck too, since like I said, I have this sweater on that's pretty open right here. So just to make sure everything matches. I think this bronzer palette is like $9.99 too. And you get 4 bronze colors in here, and you can always use the ones that don't work for your face as eyeshadow or something. For a blush, the one that I got is also from Essence, and this is the Mosaic blush. It looks like this. I think people have been talking about this as a dupe for like the Dior Rosy Glow blush. And this one is all you need is pink. I think there's 2 of them. I think there's one that's a little bit darker, that's a more berry tone, but this is the one that's more pink. And it looks like it has a little bit of sheen to it in the pan. Okay, it looks like the kind of blush that I like though, like a light pink. Okay, I'm gonna use this little Flower Beauty blush brush. And just start stippling this on. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's definitely more on the light side in terms of pigment, but the color is pretty. Do the same thing over here. I feel like, again, if you have a really fair skin tone and you want a pink that's not like crazy, crazy pink, you would probably like this also. Okay, yeah, the blush is very pretty. I feel like, and it could be because we use that powder foundation for powder, I feel like it looks a little bit heavy like in this area, which is typically where that happens on me if it's going to with a foundation. But it could, like I said, be that I used a powder foundation as a setting powder, even though I used it really lightly. But it doesn't look bad at all. That's like really my only note, to be honest. And this blush is very pretty, just not super, super pigmented. I'm going to fill in my brows real quickly because I don't have a brow product, and then we will move on with the eyes. For the eyes, I got one of the Essence Nothing Compares to Nude eyeshadow palette. This is one of their little 6-pan palettes. I have tried one of these before. I tried the Dancing Greens palette a while ago. You might have seen that video if you've been watching my videos for a while. But I really wanted to try the neutral one because we all know I'm a neutral kind of girl. So let's go ahead and use this. I'll insert some swatches here so you can see them. But first, I think I'm gonna take this shade, so this brown, kind of like a light beigey camel-y brown. And I'm gonna apply this all over. I'm gonna put it on the lid and then bring it up into the crease as well. The Dancing Greens palette that I tried before was a really nice little palette. It was very pigmented, very easy to blend, and these little palettes are $3, $4. I think they're $4, $3.99, which is just insane. But yeah, okay, like this shade is blending really well. I can already tell. What a pretty neutral transition color. So I'm just putting this all over. I think I want to take this shimmery gold shade, and I'm actually going to apply this on the lid, kind of all over, mainly focusing it in the center. Gosh, that's pretty too, you guys. Just a really nice all over golden shimmer. I'm gonna take this darker, kind of like a brownie purple. Has a little bit of shimmer in it, so I'm not sure how well this will apply with a brush, but we're gonna try it. So I'm just gonna add this to my outer corner. This is a BK Beauty 202 brush, one of my favorites. I don't want it to be too dark. Ooh, gosh, that applied so beautifully, you guys. Oh my lord. I mean, I liked the Dancing Greens palette, so I'm not super shocked, but I feel like these are applying even better than that one. I'm just gonna kind of lay this down where I want it, and then we'll go back and blend a little bit more. I'm gonna go back in with the brush we used for that first color and just kind of go around and blend a little bit. Very excited right now. Okay, I want to use one of these two shimmers. I just don't know which one. Maybe this lighter one. I'm gonna get some of that on my finger, and I'm gonna put this just right in this very inner part of the lid. This is just kind of a white, icier color. And then let me grab a small little pencil brush. This is the 209 from BK Beauty, and I'm gonna apply that first color we used under my eyes. I'm gonna take a little bit of the soft matte kind of creamy color, and I'm just gonna pop this right in this inner corner. So I'm just kind of tapping that on, not much, just a little. And I think that's it, you guys. Maybe I'll add a little bit more of that first shade, and I'll just add a little bit more of this to the crease. I think that's it for the eyeshadow. I'm going to skip eyeliner today. I don't feel like I really need it. And I'm just gonna quickly curl my lashes, and then I do have a mascara to use. Okay, so I did buy this little holiday gift set, the Essence Lash Princess set. I have tried Lash Princess before. I think I've tried the one in the green tube, and I find that it transfers on me, but I want to try it again. It's been a little while since I've tried it, and I figured I could try a different one than the green one. So we have the green, which is False Lash Effect. The Waterproof is the blue one. Curl and Volume is the pink one, and then Sculpted Volume is the purple one. I'm thinking I might do the purple one. Sculpted Volume, if I can get it out. Let me look at the wand on this. So it's a pretty standard, well, I guess it's a little bit curved. Yeah, let's do this one. Before we do that, I'm gonna use this. One of my favorite products from the drugstore ever is this from Essence, the Volume Booster Lash Primer. So I'm gonna apply this before mascara. Now, I'm gonna go, we'll do one eye at a time, so I'll just do this eye so we can see. So we'll go in with this one. This is the Sculpted Volume Mascara in the purple tube. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely more of a curved wand, which I actually really like. Kind of reminds me of Benefit Roller Lash, which I adore. I already like this one better, I think, than the green one. It definitely gives some length and some curl for sure. Maybe this lash primer will help keep this mascara from smudging. I don't know, we'll see. Definitely some serious length there. Wow, okay. I I have been using a lash growth serum on my lashes, so they are pretty long right now. I already like the way this is looking better than the others I've used in the past. I just hope it doesn't smudge. All right, you guys, there is the mascara. Definitely a lot of length. I do think this eye, as I was applying it, got a little bit clumpy. I don't know if it was, maybe I put on too much of the primer. I don't know, but not bad, not bad at all. So I'll keep you updated on that. Hopefully it does not transfer. Okay, and lastly for the lips, I have a lipstick, which is here. This is the Essence lipstick in the shade Freaky. That's it there. It's kind of a peachy pink. I saw Jessica Braun was using that shade in her Full Face of Essence recently. And then I did get a lip liner. I feel like this might be a little bit light. This is also from Essence, and it's the shade, I think it's My Choice, but let me swatch it for you. My Choice. So maybe it's not too light. Maybe it will look good with that lipstick. I've never tried Essence lip products before. So I'm gonna first line. Definitely a pretty dry formula. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit light for my lip color. So let's see how it looks with the lipstick on top. I think these are supposed to be pretty good. Okay, yeah, that is a very hydrating, comfortable, thin feeling lipstick. Ooh, yeah, that I really like actually. That is a good one, I think. We'll see how it looks with this on top. I also got this from Catrice, the Powerfull 5-in-1 Glossy Lip Oil. And I think this is just like a light pink. It's called Cherry Blossom Glow. Okay, yeah, it's just a light pink. Feels very good though. Not sticky at all. Kind of reminds me of the House Labs lip oil. It's kind of that feel. Does it have a smell? I don't really smell anything either. It has almond oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. A little bit more pink than I usually go on the lips, but kind of like it. All right, last thing is this. This is the Catrice Ultra Last Fixing Spray. I think this might be new. I have tried one of their sprays before. I think it was called the Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Spray or something like that. But this one, I want to say, was on the new section on the website. It has no alcohol and no perfume. Whew, okay, very aggressive mister. Wow, okay, yeah, why can't they get the misters right? Very aggressive. I don't love that. Okay, feel like I'm gonna have water droplets on my face now. So I'm gonna go around and blend. All right, you guys, this is the final look. I wanted to kind of go over these products quickly like I typically do. Overall, the first thing I want to say is this is really impressive. Really, really impressive, you guys. I wish in person you could see how my skin looks. I mean, this does not look like drugstore makeup. It just doesn't. I don't know if it will come off on camera, but I am very impressed with these. The foundation and the concealer, oh my gosh. Now I see why Tati loved it so much and why it was sold out. If you like a good bit of coverage and you like something not super drying feeling, but that does set down to more of a matte finish, I do think this looks a bit matte, but not a dry matte, which is interesting. I can definitely see where it still looks hydrated on my skin, but it also looks set down. So, oh, it looks good, you guys. It looks really good. Maybe a little bit heavy if you look really close, like in this area. I might try it again with like a pore filling primer or something. But overall, it looks really good. Really, really good. Amazing coverage. And also look at my under eyes, you guys. And I did not powder them. I mean, there's maybe like a very small amount of creasing like right here, but not much at all. Very, very good. The powder, like I said, I need to try this a few different ways. We used it as setting powder today, which is not how it's intended to be used, but overall, I think it did fine. What else? Okay, the bronzer palette, you guys, what a good find for $10. I obviously only used the light shade, but this applied so well. I'm sure the other shades do as well. I will definitely use this in another video and use the other shades maybe on the eyes. Very good. The blush is pretty. It's not as pigmented as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit pinkier. Just a little bit. Definitely not a dupe for the Dior blush, like I was saying. I know some people have been saying that. Maybe they're referring to the other shade. I don't know. I feel like I wanted just a little more pigment from this, but it's definitely there. You might just have to apply it with a heavier hand and kind of build it up. Not bad though. Eye palette, you guys, if you don't have this neutral one, you need this for $4. I cannot believe how easy that applied. No patchiness. I mean, I just love it. I absolutely love this formula, and particularly this for every day. If you are a neutrals kind of girl like me, do yourself a favor and get this for $3.99. I am so, so happy with that. The mascara. So far, I'm liking it. I need to see if it smudges. That's been my main issue in the past with Essence mascaras, so I will keep you updated on that. But overall, it looks pretty good. A little bit clumpy when I was applying it, but I don't know. It could be that primer. Maybe I put on too much. I don't know. I already know I love this. If you like a lash primer and you haven't tried this one, definitely give it a try. And then the lips. Okay, the lip liner I would probably pass on. Maybe if I had a darker color, I would say something different, but the formula is a little bit too dry for me. I like it dry, but not too dry. It was a little hard to even get it to apply. So I'd probably pass on this, but I love this lipstick in Freaky. Yeah, 01 Freaky. And it actually says this is a semi-matte formula. I do not think that felt like a matte lipstick. It maybe a little bit velvety, almost like the Milani Fetish lipsticks in like that. Now I can't think of the name. The Milani lipsticks that are in that pretty packaging, they kind of feel like that. Very good though. I kind of want more colors of this now that I've tried it. Very good. And the lip oil, very, very good. I kind of can't believe this is Catrice because it feels really good. It's not a lot of color. Obviously, it's very glossy, not sticky at all, and no noticeable scent. I know a lot of people don't love a scent in lip products, so overall, very good. The setting spray is supposed to make your makeup last longer. Maybe it will, I don't know, but the mister was not very good on that. So it's very aggressive. If you get that, make sure you hold it really far away from you and maybe spray it up in the air and put your face into it or something. I don't know. Overall, you guys, I think this was a huge success. I'm so excited about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was so much fun. I've been looking forward to sitting down and filming this. I will list and link everything below as always. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.